Now here in the Mr. and Mrs. DIY workshop, I spend most of my life. I'm either prepping to make some videos or I'm shooting videos, but today I'm doing some repairs on props. Now this is a UPVC door panel, a section out the middle of it. It doesn't have a frame on it. And on one of the live shows that we do here for QVC, I'm often spray painting these up. Now I'll normally have brackets on here and here and it holds it upright for me. However, with it not having its original frame on and polystyrene around these edges here, it's basically fallen to bits. So I'm going to make it a little bit stronger. I happen to have in stock, just left over, these pieces of timber, and what these are for is the base rail on a handrail. So of course they'd be fitted on the top of your balcony, your spindles would be put in there and your handrail would be on the top. And they've got this great groove routed out right round them. It's about 40 odd millimeters and it'll fit perfect for me around the edge of my frame here. I've mitered the corners here and here, so they'll go together like a picture frame. So I'm going to start by applying a multi-use high polymer adhesive right the way through this groove, like that. Right, and now I'm going to do the same on the other three lengths, the two sides and the bottom. 3C Multi-Use is a great all-round adhesive with decent grab properties. It can be stuck to or bonded to aluminium, galvanised and stainless steel, zinc, copper, natural stone, wood, glass, brickwork and concrete, just to name a few. So the next stage is to place these on the actual door itself, just hooking it around the actual door, and the top piece in. Quite tricky to get them together, so I'm going to pull them up as best I can one end and then get a large clamp that on. Same again the opposite end. Now them three clamps will hold the frame into position until the adhesive is dried. I'm just going to drive a couple of screws in the corners where the mitre cuts are. So that's all four corners now screwed together. I'm going to wait for the adhesive to dry, remove the clamps, and what I'm left with is a small gap all the way around the frame, because the panel itself is a little bit thinner than the actual profile of the timber I've used, but it's not a problem. All I'm going to do is fill in all the way around that gap, right the way around all four edges. Now normally filling gaps like this, I often use my paintable acrylic. However, I am going to carry on with the multi-use one because it's open, and of course you can still paint over this. So I'm just going to go nice and tight into my joint and a little thin line. My gap here is probably only, I'd say about 2 or 3 millimeters deep, where this multi-use can actually fill gaps up to 50 millimeters deep and be used as a sealant as well. So I've done one full length like that. I'm just going to get myself a little silicone wipe, wet my finger and just smooth that off the best I can. Whether using internally or externally, this multi-use is formulated using the latest technology hybrid polymer that cures well to create a perfect flexible weather seal between most materials used in construction. The multi-use comes in 4 different colours: white, anthracite, graphite black and crystal clear. So now that's filled, I'm going to leave it to dry and then paint it. Now, if you're looking for more DIY tips or how-to videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. DIY, and don't forget to keep in touch on all social media handles.